It took me a year and a half of planning, but I did it. I got Gabe to take me to a driving school before he went to pick up my dad. I knocked him out in the parking lot, then I picked up my dad from his appointment with the partition up, so he couldn't see it wasn't Gabe. I drugged the drinks they kept in the car, and by the time we got to the storage locker I'd rented in my mom's name, he was knocked out. The rest, well, I guess you can infer. Petrova wasn't lying about the extent of his injuries. I tried to find Gabe afterwards, but he disappeared. I haven't heard from him since. My father lasted a week and a half before he was crying and begging for mercy. And I gave it to him. Instead of torturing him to death, I let him starve and dehydrate. Whatever death he gave my mother, he deserved 100 times worse. And that's what I gave him.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Oh, God. Oh, I'm gonna be sick.
Sonny. How could you?
He was a murderer, fine. But call the police.
You broke your oath. We don't fucking kill anyone, remember? We don't commit violence of any kind for any reason.
Now we know the real reason you left. You should have stayed gone.
Alex!
Oh, fuck all of you! My mother was murdered, and then the bastard who killed her not only had no fucking remorse for his actions, he made me fucking complicit in her murder. I had to make her body look like she'd taken her own life. Unless you've been in my goddamn position, none of you are qualified to judge me for what I did in response. I'm not fucking sorry he's dead. He was going to make my life an even bigger hell than he usually did. And he was going to dangle you all over the fire to make me take it with a smile. He would have made Caffrey look like Ned fucking Flanders, and it would have been a goddamn Wednesday for him. Fuck that, and fuck him. He made her, and he made me feel afraid all the fucking time. So I made him feel afraid before I let him die. And yes, that was why I left. I was 17 and traumatized by what he'd done, what I was capable of, and my fear that I was going to lose the only family I'd ever known. Your reactions just now proved that I was right to be afraid. I figured that the only thing I could do afterwards was dispose of his body and then leave. Send money and make sure that if someone came after me in retaliation, you'd all be out of the line of fire. So no, I'm no angel. I've killed a man in cold blood, but I'm no killer.
You were Archangel. You killed people before you became an analyst.
There's a reason I switched careers, and it wasn't because I wanted to. It was because Archangel had a reputation within the agency for following their own rules. One of those being, I didn't kill anyone. Anyone I stopped, I faked their deaths and moved them somewhere else and left them with a new identity as well as a promise that if they tried to go back to their old lives or cause trouble in their new one, they'd find themselves tortured to death. With Neil's death already being attributed to me, I figured I could use it to spread the legend around. People love having a legend to believe in, so I just laid the pieces in the right order and let them put it together to build the story I wanted to tell. So far, no one I've stopped has stepped out of line, and I have people checking every day. But the higher-ups, well, it pissed them off. But I was too good to leave unchecked, so they had me retrained, sealed up my files tight, and I became an analyst.
And your agent?
I was assigned to them for one mission, and we worked seamlessly, right from the get-go, like a well-oiled machine. It was so well done that I kept getting reassigned to them, and we hung out at some of the work events we had, and I just fell really hard, and I have no idea if they feel the same way. As far as I know about what they know, we're just partners and friends. We flirt over the mic, but flirting isn't a confession or a discussion about whether we should be together or not, you know?
So, what now?
Now, you all have a choice to make. Are you willing to work with someone who's broken the number one rule of this crew now that you understand the context?
We need to discuss this.
I'll be
In the garden, where we can see you.
in the garden then.
Fucking hell.
As usual. Your talent for understatement remains unmatched, babe.
Are we seriously considering?
Shut up, Alex. You can't say you wouldn't have done the same thing she did. We did do the same thing when that drunk driver killed Mom, remember?
That was different,
Livy.
Livy.
She murdered her own father.
He was a murdering psychopath who killed her mom!
We planted drugs on the driver who killed Mom and walked away. And we knew it would be his third strike. So he's in prison for life now. How exactly are we any better?
Liv has a point. Yes, what Sunny did was terrible, but it sounds like she knows that. And she willingly cut herself out of our lives as some kind of penance.
It's not like we didn't suffer too.
Of course not. But we didn't know she was living with that horrible secret. And we had each other. She had to handle it all alone. It's not like she could tell anyone. She was forced to desecrate her own mother's body, let us not forget.
Okay, fine. Good point. I'd commit murder if I had to do that.
Alex!
Liam, stop protesting. You know that you'd skin someone and wear their skin as a suit if they triggered your road rage and you got a hold of them. Let alone something like this.
I'm feeling a little attacked here.
Think of how she's felt the whole time she's been here. And she's just accepted it with damn near grace because she knew we'd be entitled to our emotions. She's family, and we treated her like garbage.
Fuck.
Should we vote on it?
What? Not going to argue anymore?
She was trying to keep us all safe. That bastard Gabe threatened Livy, who was a child at the time.
Not to mention helping us keep the lights on in this place.
That too.
I vote that she stays. She's more of an asset to us here than otherwise, and she's your family.
Agreed.
Me too.
I vote yes.
Yes.
Alex?
Looks like it's unanimous.
I'll go get her.
The fuck? Oh, hell yes.
Babe?
I found them.
Found who?
Sonny's agent. I know where they're being kept.
What?
We found your agent, Sonny. And we forgive you.
What?
We're sorry about everything. We forgive you for leaving.
And we'll be with you when you rescue your agent.
There's one caveat though, Sonny. No more secrets. No more lies. We need your promise.
You have it. I promise. No more lies. If something is national security related, I promise I'll tell you that, but some of those secrets have to stay secrets.
We can live with that.
Good. Now, where's my agent?
Right about there.
Abandoned warehouse. I guess Caffrey's a fan of the classics.
So, what now?
I'm assuming driving over there and just walking in to take them isn't going to be an option.
With those brains, how did you ever drop out of college?
Bite me, Liv.
Ew. No thanks. I don't know where you've been. I could get rabies.
Hey, Patty and Selma, focus. We're gonna need a more complicated plan than that.
Yes, we are. Liam, what's the next event Caffrey's hosting?
Looks like it's a dinner party on his yacht. Actually, it's on the night of his deadline, so my guess, he'll expect you to attend.
Ugh, of course he has a yacht.
And it's...
What?
screen-free. They'll have mini lockers on the boat as you board. You lock your phone in them. No one's going to be allowed to bring a bag or a purse bigger than a phone, and everyone is searched on entry. Plus, there's metal detectors.
Wait, so Sunny has to meet Caffrey at the event without her phone, without headphones or earpieces or anything? How are we supposed to have her back in there?
Well, she obviously can't go alone. She needs to take someone as backup.
It's gonna be me, isn't it?
Well, They already know your face, it makes sense.
I'll order the tickets.
We'll have to put a cover story in place for him online. And a driver is absolutely not going to cut it.
We'll figure that out. So if Alex and I are on the boat and everyone is screen-free, that means it's the perfect opportunity to rescue my agent, so the rest of you will have to do it.
We can handle that. But if we go, there is a chance of us being spotted.
Well, we'll need to stake out the area first. Liv and I can handle that later.
Makes sense. We need to know all the regulars in the area and the guards' schedules.
Photographer and model?
I'll bring some outfits and makeup.
I've got it.
Got what, honey?
I'll plan. Chase, Alex, we need cars. One utility van, something flashy and classy, something fast and camouflaged, a place to switch a third car, and a way to make all these cars disappear.
On it.
We are?
Stick with me, C. You can learn something from me for once.
The students become the teacher.
Sonny, you and I are going shopping.
For outfits?
In part. I've got Alex's measurements. We also need some supplies if we're going to pull this off.
Babe, pull what off?
We're about to pull off the biggest smokescreen we've ever done. Come on, let's get our shit done. I'll explain everything at dinner.